Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to dive into the world outside our world and learn further about the planets that make up our solar system. By the end of this lesson, you will know about the organization of the solar system, which includes the planets that make it up. You will be able to name the 8 planets, listing them in order from closest to the sun to farthest. So let's get started. So I have passed out to you your KWL chart. You have used this a lot in the past, and can anybody tell me why we use a KWL chart when we're learning something new? That's right. So we're trying to talk about what we already know, and what do we call that? Our schema, that's right. We are going to use what we already know about the solar system to increase our knowledge and learn more information and learn new information. So let's get started with our K. What do we already know about the solar system and our planets? That's right, there are 8 planets. Now, there are some scientists who still believe that Pluto is a planet, but for our purposes today, we're going to stick with those main 8 planets. So can anybody tell me what else we know? Only people live on Earth. So that's right. Right now, the only planet that has confirmed life on it is Earth, aka us. So what else do we know? Some planets do have rings around them. That's right. Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus have rings around them. Does anybody know what rings are? So a ring is something that orbits the planet and is composed of solid material like dust or water ice. So what else can somebody tell me? That's right. The planets orbit the sun. They orbit the sun in the direction of the sun's rotation. And can anybody tell me one more thing that they know? Good, yep. So some planets have moons as well, not just the Earth. The only planets that don't have moons are Mercury and Venus. So make sure you notate that. So let's talk about what we want to learn. So what we want to learn. All right, so I'm going to write this up on the board. So what planets are made up of? Is the sun a star? What is the biggest planet? And what is the smallest planet? That's a good one. So we have 4 things that we want to learn throughout this lesson. So our goal is by the end that we are able to answer those 4 questions. So we have a lot of information, we have a lot that we want to learn. So now we're going to watch a video presentation, and it's a good introduction to the solar system. So I hope you all enjoyed that. There was a lot of information in there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put up a PowerPoint presentation on the screen with our key vocabulary terms that we want to know throughout this lesson. What you all are going to do is, as we go through them, you're going to get your science journal, you're going to write down each vocabulary term, and then you're going to write that definition. And we're putting it in our science journal so you can all go back later on to review vocabulary terms for quizzes or our tests. So let's go through these now on our PowerPoint. So the solar system. So our first key term is solar system. So the solar system is planets and their moons, meteors, and asteroids and comets that orbit or revolve around a star, aka the sun. And don't worry, we'll have time later on to go back and write down all the vocabulary terms in case we're going too fast, so don't worry. All right, next we have the sun. So the sun, a star, the sun is a star, and it's the largest, brightest in the solar system. It is in the middle of the system and has more mass than any other object in the solar system. Good, now we're moving on to Earth. Earth is the third planet, sometimes referred to as the blue planet, and it is the only planet known to have life. All right, moving on. We have the moon. So the moon is the Earth's natural satellite that orbits the sun. And we know, and we'll learn later on in this lesson unit about the different phases of the moon. So that's something to look forward to. A meteoroid. So a meteoroid, any of the small bodies traveling through space. When a meteoroid enters the Earth's atmosphere, it is heated to luminosity and becomes a meteor. Some of you all might have heard how dinosaurs became extinct, and a lot of scientists believe that it has to do with meteoroids and meteors. A revolution. So a revolution is a complete trip around the sun. And so we also might think of that as a year. On the Earth, it takes 365 days to revolve around the sun. Axis. The axis is an imaginary line that passes through the Earth's center from the North Pole to the South Pole. All right, we got a couple more. Rotation, when the Earth turns from east to west. So you know the Earth rotates to give us different seasons. And finally, orbit. Orbit is the path of an object around another object. So the moon orbiting around the Earth. So great job, guys. So those are our key vocabulary terms that we're going to need to know for this lesson. And like I said, if you didn't have time to write down all the definitions, don't worry. I'm going to print out that PowerPoint for you and pass it to you just in case. All right, so now what I want you to do in your desk clumps, you all are going to together read the Magic School Bus, Fact Finder, Space, and the Planet. So you all can do this however you want. One person can read one page, one person can read one planet. You can do popcorn style reading, however you want to do in your desk clump, but everybody is expected to read at some point. Got it? Cool. So once you all have read the book, the Magic School Bus book, you are going to complete a graphic organizer. So graphic organizer, so it's going to have your topic in the center and then 4 little pieces on the outside. So what you're going to do for each planet, you are going to complete a graphic organizer for. And you all can do this together, but you are going to write 4 characteristics in those bubbles regarding each planet. And you can choose whatever type of characteristics you want. So you can talk about the color, you can talk about the moons, does it have rings, what is it made up of, is it big or small? So whatever information that you get from your reading, you can put on your graphic organizer. And then once you're done, I want everybody to put their pencils down and wait for instructions. But you're going to have 25 minutes to read and get your organizers done. So not a huge amount of time, so make sure that you're working together to get this done quickly. All right, so after walking around, everybody did a great job reading. I heard some groups helping each other out with unknown terms, and then the characteristics that I could see were great. Definitely going to help you throughout the lesson plan and the lesson unit, and it's something great to refer back to. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into our final activity, and This is going to be something fun and different. So what you're going to do is you are going to create a hanging mobile of the solar system. So I'm going to pass out this worksheet to you all, and it's going to have all the different planets on it. So we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and so on and so on. So what you're going to do is I'm going to pass this out to you. You're going to cut out each planet. So you're going to have all 8 planets, including the sun. And what you are going to do is follow the instructions. So you're going to attach a piece of tape to each planet and string. So you're going to have string with each planet. Sorry, something just fell off my desk. So you're going to attach string and tape to each planet. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of cardboard that I have pizza boxes and other types of boxes that you all can go over. You can pick them out, bring them back to your desk. Don't do anything else with them yet. And you are going to draw 8 circles around each of your planets, so it's going to be bigger than the piece of paper. And these are going to be what you're going to attach the planets to the little pieces of cardboard to hang. And you are going to punch a hole in that cardboard, put string through it, and then we're going to hang it from the hanger that I'm going to give you, and you're going to attach each planet, hanging planet, to the hanger, and you're going to have your hanging mobile. So what I want you all to do is we have some time before lunch that we're going to get this done with, and then so we have about 15 minutes before lunchtime. When we come back from lunch, what I expect you all to do is come back to your seat and immediately start working on this, because we are going to have this done today. When you are finished with your mobile, make sure that you have your name somewhere on the mobile, and then we're going to hang it from our classroom ceiling. So when you come in tomorrow, we are going to have tons upon tons of solar systems hanging from our ceiling, which is going to be pretty cool. All right, guys, so you are done with your mobiles. Everybody's looks great. Everybody did a great job following instructions. Nobody went too fast. Nobody went too slow, so great job. Keep up that work ethic. I really appreciate you guys working hard. So now that we are finished, what I want you all to do is take a few minutes, and I want you to fill out that L section of your KWL chart. I want you to write down 3 things that you learned, and then we are going to share them with the class. So take some time. Think about those questions that we talked about in the beginning on what we want to learn. All right, so I'm going to give you all some time. Okay, so everybody had some time to write down some things that they learned. So let's kind of, a couple people, let me know what you learned. So this is correct. So one of the things that we wanted to learn is the sun a star? And we learned the sun is a star. We learned that in our definition of the sun. We also learned that in the reading of the Magic School Bus. So lots of different places that we learned that same information, which is great. And that means you all retained it in your schema. Good job. And anyone else? Correct. So Jupiter is the biggest planet. That is also something, good job, that we wanted to learn in the beginning of our lesson. So what I want you all to do with your KWL chart, I want you to put them in your mailbox slot, and I will just be reviewing them, making sure that everything is good to go. I will pass them back to you tomorrow, so you have that, and you will end up cutting it out and gluing it, putting it in that science journal. So we have all of our stuff together. So I want to thank you all for your patience. within this lesson. You all did a great job listening. I really appreciate the respect that you gave. And we learned so much about the solar system and our planets. And this is just the foundation that we're setting for what's to come with learning about the solar system. So great job, guys.